Hey, all right, everybody, how is it going? Here we go then. Here's the Hyundai Kona EV, all put back together, MOT'd, insured, taxed, and out on the road. Now, the Nissan Leaf that was in some other videos that I had before, that's been sold. I took that for an MOT. Okay, folks, I'm back at the MOT station, and this time I'm back at the MOT station for the Nissan Leaf. So the Nissan Leaf's going in for an MOT now. So here we go. At the MOT station, so let's see how it goes. That passed the MOT as well. It did have an advisory on a tyre, so I changed the tyre on the Nissan Leaf as well. So that's done. Nissan Leaf is sold. The Nissan Leaf is gone. That's all disappeared now. So we're left with the Hyundai Kona EV. Now everybody's been asking, how much did it cost to fix this car? So let's jump back in the car. I'll have a look at the numbers and see how much it actually cost to fix this Hyundai Kona EV. Okay then, so how much did this car cost altogether after fixing it up? Now, I've wrote down some of the numbers by here, so let's start with the numbers and then we'll go to the total at the end and we'll see how much it cost. Now, I did a valuation on this car on Auto Trader. I don't know if that's a good place to value cars, but I said it was something like, if it wasn't a Cat N, the valuation for a car with 59,000 miles, this model would be £11,780, something like that, £11,780. That was the valuation on Auto Trader. I don't know if that's good or bad or whatever, but that was the valuation, okay? So anyway, with that being said, let's have a look. So we'll start off, I'll just say the price of the car. I bought the car for £4,500, okay? So that sounds good, it sounds fantastic, but then you've got to get into the nitty gritty of how much it's going to cost to get it fixed. So let's have a look then. Front slam panel, that cost me £140. The daytime running light was £39. Trim clips were £5.49. The complete bumper, that's the complete bumper, everything on the bumper, with the door and everything, and the mechanism and everything like that, and the parking sensors was £720. Spraying the bumper cost £250. The LED headlight was £222.89. The Aircon oil, now I used Aircon oil, it's hard to say that, isn't it? Aircon oil, the right POE oil, because I dipped the O-rings in the oil before I put them on the new radiator, or condenser I should say, and the radiator. The radiator cost £150, the condenser cost £147. Now both of them were Nissans, not Nissan, Nissans with an E. They were both Nissan, and they're supposed to be pretty good. However, mine wasn't as good as they said it is, because I had to do a little bit of tweaking on the brackets of the condenser. It wasn't quite right, but it's okay, it's all on there tidy. The lower crash bar that was snapped a little, it's sort of, it's not plastic, it's plastic and fiberglass is like reinforced, whatever they call it. Bought that second hand, £58. The coolant was £60, but I only needed £40 worth. I still got a bottle I haven't opened. O-rings were £20. The front under tray was £233. The aircon taken out and then a regas, which involved, first of all he put nitrogen in it to check for leaks. Then he did a vacuum, and then he put oil in it. Then he put a dye in it, he puts a dye in it because if it was a leak later on down the line, he'd be able to find the leak easily. And then he filled it up with the gas, and it takes a lot of gas. It does take a hell of a lot of gas. So that was £288 altogether. I mean, I could have taken the car to some other place and I probably would have got it cheaper, but I wanted it done on the drive before I drove the car anyway. So all that cost £2,345. if I've done my maths right. And the grand total is £6,845. Now, to me, that's not too bad. Who's that? That's actually the blue link is telling me the car's open. It's because I've left the car open for a certain amount of time. So it keeps beeping on the blue link app telling me the car's open. I don't care. Stop telling me. Right, so £6,845. £845, which isn't too bad. Now, you could say if you had an extra £4,000 or £5,000, you could save yourself a headache. If you don't enjoy doing that sort of thing, fixing up cars, it can be a bit stressful. It can be a bit stressful because you're into the unknown, and sometimes you've got to rely on other people, like the aircon regas and stuff. You've got to rely on other people and time frames and whatnot. So it is a little bit of stress involved. But there we go. It's all fixed. Now, I did buy a diagnostic thing to do the coolant on this car, which cost £360, but I had a £50 discount. I just said I'm a YouTuber and he gave me £50 discount. So I don't know. Now, I did buy that, but that is going to come in handy for all cars I'll have in the future. So I can't include that in the costs. Now, the one thing that I haven't included in the price is, and I haven't even looked into the price yet, is the front radar thingy-majiggly needs realigning. Now, do I try and do that myself? Do I do the part? Do I get the parts myself and try and do it myself? Or do I take it to Hyundai and let them fleece me out of loads of money? I don't know how much it costs. If anybody's had it done, let me know how much it costs. Well, they might have had it done. It might have been under the warranty. I'm not quite sure. So I don't know how much that process would cost in Hyundai. If it's astronomical, I might look at buying the parts myself and doing it myself, because the diagnostic equipment does actually do the radar alignment. I think it does the camera in the front as well, the camera alignment to the radar malarkey. So I might end up doing that myself, just because I like doing things myself. If I could do aircon myself, I'd do it myself, but I couldn't. I haven't got the equipment or the gas. And you need to be trained in that sort of stuff anyway. So that's the price. What was the price again? Let me just say that again. The price was £6,845. Put in the comment section, do you think it was worth it, or do you think I'm a Burke? Now, like I said earlier in the video, I did take the Nissan Leaf for an MOT. I put that up for sale, and selling that Nissan Leaf was, how can I say? I put it on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay and Gumtree. And have a guess where all the weird questions came from. Facebook Marketplace. And people were trying to get £1.5 grand off the price I was asking. People were like trying to lowball me. It's only worth this much. It's only worth that. Look, you've done this to it. It's a cat N, blah, blah, blah. And I just had to ignore them people. And in the end, it sold. A nice chap turned up, bought the car. And it was a lovely, stress-free selling environment, because the guy came on the time he said. He only knocked me down a teeny weeny bit, only a teeny weeny bit. He gave me a deposit. He came 2 days later and gave me the money. So that was quite nice. But all the other people, I had something like 30, maybe 35 messages on Facebook Marketplace, and 95% of them messages were from Burks, idiots. Honestly, I don't know where these people come from. Honestly, who puts a car up for sale, right, and knocks £1,500 off it? The people on Facebook Marketplace, they want everything for nothing. Anyway, I'm going to a rant now. So, put in the comment section, do you think I did okay? Do you think it was bad? Do you think it was a bad price? What do you think? Now, I will be doing a video. I'm going to do a video on this car. I'll go on a little bit of a small road trip. When I went for the MOT, there was an advisory on the 2 back tyres. He said one was okay. He said there was a little nick in it. But the other tyre... Now, talking about that tyres, I'm going to go on a rant by you. So this car's 4 years old and it's done 15,000 miles. No, I'll say that again. This car is almost 4 years old, is 3 3/4 years old, and it's done 59,000 miles, right? Okay, bear that in mind now, 59,000 miles. One of the tyres on the back that it had an advisory on is one of the original tyres. It's the original tyre because it's a 2020 tyre, and this car's a 2020. And the week, is in weeks, and then the year is a good few weeks before this car was registered. So it's the original tyre that's done 59,000 miles. And it's still, I think it's still got 3 mil on it or something like that. So I know it's on the back and they weigh less. But there we go. I think I think you can safely say that it hasn't worn down very quickly as it. But the tyre is all cracking and perished. That's what he said. He said, I wouldn't put my kids in the back of that car. But bearing in mind, I took it to ETB tyres. Is it all EBT? ETB tyres? And they sell tyres. So I can't see the back side of the car. I'm going to take the wheel off and have a look at it myself. But I am going to change it. I've ordered 2 tyres. I'm going to put 2 new tyres on the back. And I think they're rated at... I tried to buy ones with lower decibels, but I don't know if that'll make the car a bit quieter. But anyway, that's for the review about how quiet the car is or isn't. So there we go. Do you think that was worth it? I'm going to get the tyres changed, and then I'll do a bit of a road trip, and I'll give a review of this car and compare it to the Nissan Leaf and see what I like about this car and what I preferred about the Nissan Leaf. So anyway, if you did like this video, don't forget to comment and like down below, because the comments and the likes are what push the video. If nobody comments or likes, then it doesn't push the video at all. So with that being said, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ho-hoi!